You guys need to be rolling through the postseason
Yeah.
now, huh?
Well, I'll tell you what. So it's a good place to start for sure. We're excited. I think those guys truly deserving, and we're honored. They're honored, and we're honored to have them.
How daunting is the task of knowing to get to the NCAA tournament you have to win 3 games?
Well, I mean, that's the way it is for a lot of teams. We feel like for being in that position, that we're positioned pretty well given the circumstances. So, but it's a lot, and I think that the most important thing you can focus on is the first game. I don't think you can think about the tournament at large or just what's going to happen on the bracket. I think you just got to focus on the first game, the first opportunity you get to play, and try to take care of that.
TJ is putting a lot of pressure on himself as the player of the year and stuff. He almost acts like if you guys don't go there and win the tournament, then the season's been a failure, or he's failed in some way. How do you kind of measure that with him?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's. I'm sure he does feel that to a certain extent, and that's not the case. Obviously, I think that it's going to take a team effort. We need to focus on whoever we play on Friday night and try to do as well as we can in that game. I think that because he has been such a successful player and he's helped us to be a really good team, and how much he wants to go up and win this thing. I think that's understandable. But he's done great, and we just need to make sure we take care of that first game.
Do you feed off that pressure he puts on himself as a coach, wanting to get your players to the thing they want to accomplish?
In a way, yeah. I wouldn't verbalize it like he might. Because what we need to do is we need to have a good practice. We need to have a good shoot around Friday. We need to play well. It's not about these big overreaching themes. It's just about us and doing well and making sure we can take care of our business. But I do like how. I know it's a lot of that is what has driven him to be the A-10 Player of the Year. That kind of pressure and being critical of himself and those things. So I understand it, and I think that's a great part of him.
Hey Chris, sometimes tournament games can slow down, become half-court deals, slug it out.
Yep.
That's probably not in Richmond's best interest. How do you keep it free-flowing?
Well, I think that's a good point, John. I think we need to press. I think we need to get ourselves moving up and down the court as much as we can. One thing we have, even though we're smaller, we have all guys who can run and move and make plays in the open court. So I don't think we'd shy away from trying to make the game up tempo, try to change some things defensively to hopefully increase the speed of the game. But you're right, it gets down to everybody gets a little bit more cautious and trying to make sure that each shot is a good one. For us, I feel like we usually get good shots if we're, no matter what the pace is. So hopefully we can make the game a little bit more to our tempo.
Your freshmen still considered freshmen anymore? Because you got a whole season, and especially in the case of Nick and Buck, they've played so much.
Yeah, exactly. I don't think so. I don't think they feel like that, which is the most important thing. They've played at in great venues, at big arenas, at small gyms, and I think they're ready to go. I think that they've had, like you said, they've experienced a ton. This is 30 games in. I think they feel like they're ready for any challenge.
Buckingham, A-10 Rookie of the Year, but it's not just the stats that tell the story, it's his leadership as well. And TJ even said he's one kind of a vocal leader. How does that help you as the coach with the senior leaders you have, the young guys stepping up in that way?
Well, that's really big, and I think fairly unique. And I've said this before. I give Chandre and TJ a lot of credit for that. They didn't have some kind of strange. I don't want the freshmen to talk. Code amongst themselves. They encourage those guys. All the young guys. I think TJ and Chandre have encouraged them to be themselves, to speak up, and to put your imprint on the program. And that's great. I think DeMonte, he's confident. He has such a great feel, and he works hard. So it's going to be hard to question him no matter what he says. And I think he has become a leader of the team already.
To that degree, in what Lane asked about the freshmen being seasoned, this is a 3-day tournament, 3 days in a row, getting to the bowl. How do you keep their minds focused in such a
Well, I think we're splitting up the week a little bit. So, early in the week was just about us and getting out, getting some shooting, getting some workouts. As we go toward today and tomorrow, it'll be about preparing for Friday. And then hopefully if we could advance, is preparing for the next game. So I think just kind of breaking it up and trying to look at, each little section of time, one at a time.
Chris, how has TJ's passing ability, which is very unique for a guy his size, maybe been infectious on your team?
Yeah. Well, I think it certainly has. I think, for a guy who's the leading scorer to also lead you in assists is always a good sign. And then we throw it to him trying to score, and he is obviously very unselfish and a great passer and can find open guys. That makes you more willing to throw it to him, more willing to make the extra pass. I think we would try to recruit all guys who can pass. But I do feel like having your best player be such a good and willing passer, that really is contagious.
It feels like, from an outsider's view of this tournament, Richmond's a team that kind of no one's talking about, and especially at the top tier of the bracket. Something you guys can seize on. I know you don't want to do overarching themes, but if you'd indulge me for
Yeah, I don't, I don't know. I mean, I don't want to be rude to say I don't care, but it's just a matter of how you're doing who's left on Saturday, and hopefully we're one of those teams. The team that's hottest could lose in the first round. The team that has struggled the most could win the tournament. Once you get there, it's just a different feel. Who plays well, who shoots the three-point shot well, who stays out of foul trouble in a really small, condensed group of games. So I just want us to be ready to play and focused and energized and really just being anxious to get out there and play.
Can you, and do you think you might have to, considering 3 games in 3 days, extend your bench?
Yeah, probably so. I think that the way we've done our bench for the season has gotten to the point, we're something we're comfortable with. But we probably do need to have more guys get in for more times during the course of the game. So obviously we're always trying to see where we can squeeze a rest in for TJ or for Chandra. But we're going to need to make sure we manage that as well as we can.
Pittsburgh, away from Brooklyn. What are you expecting from?
I think it'd be great. We had media day out there, and it's a beautiful place. I hope they've been very anxious to host, so I think that we'll have fans there. There'll be good support for all the teams, for the tournament in general. So I'm excited about it.